guys, my name is Khushi Soni and welcome to our channel, the E-Square Expertise. And today's topic is the 10 Principles of Economics.
The 10 Principles of Economics. Today we will deal with the first 5 principles. Principle 1. Individuals face trade-off. What is trade-off? As we know, individuals and society have unlimited wants, but the means to satisfy these wants, that is the resources, are very much limited, and so all the wants cannot be satisfied at the same time. In this situation, we need to choose one thing on the other, and this is what is referred to as trade-off in economics. For example, if Harish has rupees 5 in his pocket and he wishes to purchase a packet of chips or a chocolate, both costing for rupees 5 each. In this situation, Harish needs to make a trade-off. If he purchases chips, he needs to sacrifice on chocolate. And if he chooses chocolate, he needs to sacrifice on chips as shown in the picture. This is what is called as trade-off. But trade-offs are not always monetary. They can also be non-monetary in nature. For example, if Jack decides to watch a movie, then he cannot play with his friend at the same time, and so he needs to sacrifice playing to watch a movie. This is what is called as trade-off in economics. Principle 2. Opportunity cost affect decisions. Now, after seeing the second principle, the first question that comes to the mind is, what is opportunity cost? It is nothing but the cost of an alternative that must be foregone to select another alternative is what we call as an opportunity cost. For better understanding, let us consider an example. If a person chooses to eat a biscuit, then he needs to forego the chance of using the money to eat an ice cream. And in this decision of eating a biscuit, he needs to forego to leave the benefit that he is going to get by eating an ice cream. And this is what we call as opportunity cost, where we select one commodity and forego the another. But in some cases, the action is not as obvious as it might look at first. For example, if a student decides to go for college education, then he needs to compare the cost and benefit. Cost in terms of tuition fees, the fees of the books, and so on. And benefit in terms of achieving better job and many more. Thus, by choosing opportunity cost, a person needs to compare the cost and the benefit while taking the final decision. Principle 3. Rational people think on margin. Rational decision maker think at margin means whenever an individual or a producer decides to buy a product or to produce an additional unit of a product, they need to compare the marginal cost and the marginal revenue. For example, a producer who produces ball decides to produce an additional ball which he will sell at the price of 50. Now here the additional cost which he has to incur, that is the marginal cost of rupees 20. But however, he will receive the revenue, that is rupees 30, which is therefore seen as a profit and not as a loss, and therefore it is advisable to the producer to produce an additional commodity of the ball, because here it is incurring a profit. But if the price falls from rupees 50 to rupees 15 and the marginal cost remains the same, that is 20 rupees, here the producer is not going to have any profit because he will produce at rupees 20 and sell at rupees 15. This is a total loss to the producer, and therefore the producer will not produce an additional unit of the ball. because he is incurring a loss. Thus, a rational decision maker will always make a decision where the marginal revenue is greater than or equal to the marginal cost. Principle 4. People respond to incentives. Incentives are motivating factors to influence ourselves to work in an efficient manner. Incentives are of two types: economic incentive and non economic incentive. Economic incentives are the one which the people receive in the form of bonus, payment, promotion, etc. Whereas non economic incentives are in the form of award, medals, certificates, and so on. For example, an employee work hard when there is an incentive in the form of getting promotion early, and similarly a student studies harder to get distinction because he knows that if he hold first rank then he will be rewarded with a medal and a certificate. Thus rational decision maker always respond to incentive for maximizing profit. Principle 5. Individuals and nations benefit from exchange. Benefit from exchange means that you can exchange something that you have a lot with something that you don't have at all. In our example, we have two men, Aryan and Hitesh. Aryan has a lot of papayas, whereas Hitesh has a lot of watermelons, and both of them are tired of eating only watermelons and only papayas. And therefore, if they use this principle, benefit from exchange, then Aryan can give some of his papayas to Hitesh and Hitesh can give some of his watermelons to Aryan. Both of them will be benefited from this exchange. Thus, the benefit that the two parties get from this act of exchanging their goods and services is referred to as truck and barter by a very prominent economist, Adam Smith. So here ends our first 5 principles of economics. For the part 2, please stay connected. It's going to be on soon. If you liked the video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel, The E Square Expertise. Thank you.